Hi, and welcome to my video today. This is a new series that I'm starting. It's called Project Life Thursdays. Every Thursday, I'm going to be here with a Project Life style video for you. I've been doing memory keeping and Project Life for years and years, and I want to dive in and share some of that with you, and then also share with you how my current album is going. So today we're going to kick off the series, and I'm going to show you 7 different title pages that I've made over the years. The 7th one is going to be the title page for this year. So stay tuned to the end of the video if you want to see my 2023 title page. I still do 12 by 12. I don't know that I will ever do a different size for my Project Life album. I know it's popular right now to do 9 by 12. I think you need to do whatever works for you. There's so many different ways you can do this, so many different varieties of ways you can put these albums together. I like my 12 by 12 albums. For years, I used this aqua color. I used to use the We Are Memory Keeper albums. They discontinued, I believe, and now I use the scrapbook.com brand, but they're just these faux leather albums. I do 2 per year. Again, you can do whatever works for you. You don't have to do 2 per year. I've just never been able to fit 1 year in one album. I used to do by the week, so I would do weekly Project Life. I do monthly now, and if you're interested in the difference between weekly versus monthly, I would gladly do a video and explain the differences and why I do monthly now versus weekly. I loved doing weekly when I did it. I just, in the last few years, I've changed. So the very first one that we're going to look at is 2017. This is when I was doing weekly. So you can see right here, I have week 1 and the date, the week circled. Again, this is when I did it by the week. So there were like 4 layouts per month, and that is how I did it. And then I had these dividers. I've always used these dividers. You'll even see them in my monthly. But this was a very simple title page. And I just have my page lifter. Some of my page lifters have like elements to them, and some of them don't. This is one that doesn't have anything, any decorations or anything to it. And then my page is really simple. I just used a Design A page protector from Becky Higgins. All of my page protectors are from Becky Higgins. I just like to stick with one brand because then my album all looks the same and my page protectors are all the same size. So I stick with the Becky Higgins brand. And I have a Design A here, and then I just have a Project Life card. I cut out some numbers to do 2017, and then I have this camera down here I cut on my Cricut. I have a picture of all 3 of the kids, and then of us, and that is my title page. Super simple, right to the point, and then it just jumps right into my album. So I call this my Project Life family album. You could do a Project Life personal album. Before I had kids and before I was married, I did a personal album. Okay, so next is 2018. And again, I just have a very simple page lifter. I just have the clear one from Becky Higgins. And then we start the title page. Now this title page is a little bit more fancy, I guess. I put a little bit more work into it. This I was still doing weekly. So you can see my week card, week 1, it starts there. The first thing I did was I used a Design D page protector. And these numbers are just loose in the pocket, so they're not glued in there any which way. And it says 2018. I have our ages, and I think that's, oh, and like a little fact about each of the kids, like Kayla's getting taller, Violet's so smart, trying so hard, Andrew is becoming more independent. So this was in 2018. And then on the back part of this is a photo of all of us. So the kids, this was all photos that I took. Sometimes I use their school pictures in the title pages and sometimes I don't. And then these were just pictures of us. on here. And then the next page over, I use Design A, so that's the main page protector I use. So that's how my week started out. And so the back side of that, what I did is I just did photos of like in front of our house. So funny to look back at this because so much has changed since then. And then I just used this paper. I find that I actually really like doing like more of a black and white kind of theme at the beginning of our album. I have this heart in here. It's not glued. It's just in the pocket, but it stays really well in that. And then that was 2018. So that was the second title page I wanted to show you. Over on my website, I will have photos of each of these title pages if you want to look at them up close. Okay, so this is 2019. Right here, and this is still when I was using the Aqua album. I use the mint color album now because there was I think it was after, no, there's still a couple more years. Around 2021 I couldn't find the Aqua albums anymore, and so I switched to the mint albums, mint colored albums. So here I have the page lifter, and this time I've tied a little bit of ribbon around the page lifter. I have an embellishment right here, a little heart. And then I also have a song on some vellum that I put on the back of this. And oftentimes I like to start my album out with like a quote or a song or just something fun like that, and I added that. And then I used a Design U page protector. And you can see I have each of the kids' school pictures in here. And then in this pocket, I have a heart and an M, and then just some pattern paper and a couple filler cards. And then when you turn it, I have just some information about all of the kids, of Violet, Kayla, and Andrew. And that is on the back of their photos. And then I have some, this just funny real resolutions, and then the heart, the back part of that heart, and then a heart here. And then I just went right into week 1. So this is still when I was doing it by the weeks, and there's no photos of Isa and I on this one. It's just the kids. I only included that for the kids. And that's just the way that I created that title page. It says 2019 right there. So that was 2019, the title page for that. Again, it was really simple. There wasn't a lot that I put into it. In the next few years of albums, I definitely start putting a little bit more creativity into my title pages. So next let's look at 2020. So this is our family album from 2020, and I really love this one. So I have the page lifter. I have that same ribbon tied around it. I guess I just liked that. And then I have a few stickers on here, and then I do like the Cultivate a Good Life and Record It. And then there's nothing here on the back. And then this is my title page. I used, this is a 9x12 page protector. I actually do use page protectors from Ali Edwards. That's the other place I get page protectors, but only the 9x12. So it just so happened that I could only find 9x12 page protectors from Ali Edwards. So that's where I get those. So this says hello. And then New Year 2020 is down here, the year. And then I just have this like title card, 52 weeks, I believe. Let me just look. I'm still doing it by the week in this album. I think it's the very next year that I changed to doing by the month. So I just have this like as the title page, and then you open this up. I have all of the kids' pictures here, their school pictures. And then this hexagon and adventure. And then I have some journaling here that just says hello 2020. And then I have another song on the back of that. And then I have a big family photo. And this was just one we snapped at Christmas time. So it's just in our house. It's not like the greatest, you know, we're just all in the photo. And I think I did it in 10 by 10. And then I backed it with some paper. And then the funny thing is I was looking through this album and realized I had done this layout and meant to put photos in it, and I never did. So this traditional layout is here, and I never added photos. But then you can see that this also is the start, like it is part of the title page. And originally I just had this on the back of this. So when you turned this, you saw this, and then it started the weeks. And I just liked this. It was some photos that we had taken right around the start of the year, and I wanted to use this 2020 wood veneer, and I did some stamping and just added a few embellishments. I also did some journaling all the way around the page. It's a little bit hard to see, and it's starting to fade a little bit, but I did do that. And then it starts into January, and again, I'm doing this still by the week. And for this one, my week cards were all in hexagons. So you can see that they were all in hexagons. So this was 2020, and that was my title page for 2020. And then for 2021 was one of my favorite title pages I've ever done. I loved it so much. And here is just some patterned paper. I loved this patterned paper. It just said love. It's really old Becky Higgins pattern paper that I just had on hand. And then a picture, a family picture, and then a picture of the kids. It says celebrate this story. And then when you open this side, it has a picture of each of the kids. And then that was all for the title page. And then I jumped right in. This is when I started doing it by the month. So as of 2021, I did all of my Project Life by the month instead of the week. So I no longer have the week photos. And I also started doing more of the large photos and more of like these larger photos, and then also some of the smaller inserts. I also started doing flip-ups. So there's these. I just, doing it by the month, I don't know, opened up a little bit more creativity for me. And I also started doing more traditional pages like this. So this was the title page for 2021. Okay, so now last year's title page was really fun as well. This was for 2022. And I really like the way this turned out again. Again, I have that same ribbon. This seems to be kind of a theme that I did with the ribbon for a few years, and then I added some chipboard over it and a heart. That was pretty much the same. And then here is 2022, so it says hello 2022. I have a normal page protector, but the piece that's in here is vellum. It's like a vellum map, and so I really wanted that to open up my album, and so I just put it in a page protector. And then I did this strip with the photo paper and the hello 2022 I did over that vellum. And then you open it up, you turn the page, and then here is more of like a title page. And then here I stitched this pocket closed, so it is like a shaker card. It has all the sequins in it and moves around. It has an M for our last name, and then some cards here. These were from the Clementine. And then here are a couple pictures to open up 2022. And again, I'm doing this by the month now, so I'm not doing it by the week. So there are some larger photos and more traditional pages, and just like some fun memes and just different things that I did that were like stories by the month almost. And then it just says 2022, and then there's a picture of the kids and of Esau, and that is how the title page for 2022 went. So let me show you how my title page for this year's album turned out. This is my 2023 album. I have not put my spine on here yet. I will, my tag for my spine. But you open up the album, and this year I did my page lifter. I covered with paper on both sides. So I have this page lifter. I have this that says remember the ribbon and then a camera. I actually did a process video in my membership group of putting this together, of everything that I did. And if you are interested, you can join that. It's $14.99 a month, so $14.99 a month. We have an exclusive Facebook group. I do 2 projects a week in there. Plus I do a traditional page, like a workshop during the month in that group. And you can see all of that. There's a link in the description below. And like I said, this was a process video that I shared this last week in that group. Then this says new seasons begin, and it's this yellow. I really wanted that touch of yellow. I cut this out on my Cricut, the 2023, and then this heart is a die that I had. I did some heat embossing on this die, so it says hello 2023. And then I open it up, and this is my favorite. So it says, here we go again. And then these are some photos that I did in an app. I had an app on my phone that made these photos like a sketch. And so I have 2 photos of each of us. So 2 of Esau, 2 of me, and then 2 of each of the kids. I did this big yellow heart, and then this says stay open. And then I have some yellow hearts underneath each of the kids, and then their photos. I love the way this turned out. And so that is the title page. And then I go right in to January, and I will be sharing a video on my January pages, stamping on my calendar, and then doing all of this. I've recorded all of this. I'm waiting for a couple photos to come before wrapping that up. So on one of my Project Life Thursdays, you will see me put together January. Just here on my regular channel, I'm just sharing that publicly. So this is the next title page. So that is the 7th idea that I have for you. So you can head over to my website and you can see photos of all of these title pages. If you're looking for inspiration for a title page, there's 7 different ideas for you. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments if you liked it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I'm sharing much more memory keeping stuff this year than I have before, because that is what I love doing. It is my favorite thing to do, is memory keeping. And so I'm sharing a lot more of that, and I hope that you will catch me in my next video. I will have a video up on Friday that is memory keeping related as well, so you can check that out. So thank you everybody for hanging out with me and checking out these 7 ideas for title pages for your Project Life album. I will catch you in my next video.